So these are all of the pieces that are going to make up our new clocks to make it sort of a race style looking dash. Welcome back to Kei Build. On today's video we're going to be making our first bit of progress on the interior of the truck. First thing I'm going to look at is the dashboard. We currently have 3 dashboards, there's 2 you can see there and I have mounted 1 in. But the plan is today is experiment with some stuff. Me and Matt have looked at the dashboard and looked at some of the pieces we need to put into the dash, and we've come up with a bit of a solution as to what we want to do. So first things first, let me show you the dash and what we're dealing with. So this is the dashboard in question. It's fairly straightforward. Obviously the clocks would normally sit in there. There's normally heater vents, a glove box. I think the standard stereo goes there and the heater controls go in that section there. These 2 dashboards are half built. As you can see, these are the vents for the heaters. The clocks are also in this dash, and as you can see there, we have the old radio there and along with the glove box. Back a little while ago, we got the engine for this truck on the bench and we started it up, started to wire things up, and we picked up a set of motorbike clocks. And on these clocks, we managed to pretty much get everything working bar the speedo. So what we've done is we've ordered a GPS speedo. Well, the plan is to basically disassemble this and mount all of this so that it fits inside of the original dash area. We also do have some spare clocks, so what I may do is use these clocks to dismantle and create our own dash for the truck. So first thing I'm going to do is dismantle this and see what we can do. Looking at the back, it looks like the speedo and everything is wired with one set of wiring. These are all wired separately, and then these 2 are kind of wired together. So I'm hoping I can split these into 3 different sections. So let's just dive in and get these clocks apart to see how we can actually mount them into our dash. So now that it's dismantled, you can now see what we're kind of dealing with, and as suspected, they kind of are 3 sections. So we're going to be getting rid of this because we can't actually run this, as the speedo simply sits on the nut there, but unfortunately as we are running a prop shaft which is going to be going there, we're not going to have access to that nut, so we can't actually run the speedo from the bike clocks. And that is why we've ordered a GPS dial to replace this speedo. What we can do now is start to dismantle this even more. This is quite an expensive set of clocks, they're quite hard to come by. I shouldn't have to really trim these because these do come out. All I've got to do is mount these 2 into a piece which will go in there alongside the new GPS speedos. So I have removed the bottom piece that sat on the bottom, as you would have just seen, and now that simply sits together and is its own separate piece from the original dash. So there is a reason why we're doing this. You may be why we're thinking of cutting this off, but what I'm going to do now is go into the truck and show you what we're kind of going to do with the interior or with the dashboard of the truck. So some pieces of the dashboard are fairly simple. We're going to use the standard clocks which normally mount into there. If you're new to the channel, we're also putting this truck on air suspension. This is the Airlift Performance 3P controller. So all of the management is in the back. We recently built a box to hold all of the management, but we've got to find somewhere to put this controller nice and clean. So what the idea is to mount this in the dash somewhere. But what we're thinking is taking the controller and the piece I've just trimmed off, which has all of the engine sort of lights on, what we're going to do is somehow mount them in the center section there. We're probably going to mount this on the right closer to the driver because there are things on here like oil pressure lights, so we want to make sure they are in the view of the driver. That there, you should be able to see that plain as day, and then the controller can simply mount on the left hand side. Moving on to the dash itself, we're not sure how we're going to retrim or paint or whatever we're going to do with this dash quite yet, but there are a few things that we do know. We're not putting heaters back in this truck, so we don't actually need these holes here. And the only benefit to keeping this section here is there's a cool Honda badge, but if we end up Alcantara in or whatever we do with the dash, the chances are you're not going to see this anyway. So the plan for the dash is basically we are going to block off any sections we don't need. There's a cubby hole here. We're probably going to 3D print or make some pieces to cover that up. We're probably going to cut out and cover this section here. We may get something cool embroidered on there like Kei Builds just to add a bit of something to it. But finally we are probably going to remove the very bottom half of this section of this dash as it's not really needed. But that is enough explaining. You should get the idea. So what I'm going to do now is get this dash out. So that is the dash now trimmed. As you can see, I've removed the main bottom section of the dash that was down there. We've also cut a nice clean square where the vents and that Honda badge was. I'm not going to remove this yet, as I would like to keep as much material as possible. So I'm going to get this back into the truck now and give it a test fit. Another benefit to removing that bottom section there was when the bench was in previously and you were sat in the seat, if I remember right, it was quite a while ago, but my knees also did hit the bottom section of the dash. So now there is a lot more clearance in order for us to put our legs underneath, as this isn't very big at all. Next, I'm going to take a look at the standard clocks, get them dismantled, see what I can reuse on these. So I have dismantled it, as you would have seen, and I also trimmed off, there were some sections here, and now I've got basically a flat section inside here which will allow me to create my base to start mounting the clocks. I think what the plan is, this is the top of the clocks. I'm going to mount the rev gauge there, coolant gauge there, and then the speedo will fit here. That is plenty of room for the speedo, it shouldn't be any bigger than that. So what I'm going to do first is create a plate, which essentially is a nice square there, and I can bolt in using these existing holes to leave me a nice base to start with. So I spent the last couple of days and weeks finishing off the 3D prints and getting everything ready for us to sort of mock everything together, so we got all of the dash finished ready for it to be retrimmed. It's not going to be completely finished in this video because we don't know which way we're going to go yet with having this retrimmed, but all of the panels are finished and are created. So what I'm going to do now is get everything assembled. First thing we're going to look at is the clocks. I haven't filmed much regarding the 3D printing. If you're interested in that, maybe I can do an exclusive video just for the 3D printing to show you how I go about designing and creating all these pieces. 3D printers can save you a lot of money. These cost a couple of pence to make with a bit of filament and electricity, and now we have all of the pieces to make our dash work. Without further ado, let's build this clock, and I'm going to show you and step you through the process of how it's going to work. So these are all of the pieces that are going to make up our new clocks using the original Acti surround. So what we have is, this is the new GPS speedo. I have removed the front cover because this is going to fit into there, as we do have the standard cover, so there was no really any need for us to use this cover, so that can go. These are the two out of the standard Honda Fireblade clocks. This is the rev gauge and coolant gauge, as you would have seen earlier. This then is the GPS receiver for the new GPS clock. Simply goes onto the back of there, and that gives a signal for the speed. We also have the wiring, which you would have seen earlier. What I have done is I've tried to utilize all of the standard bulbs which used to light up the Fireblade clocks. So what I've done is created this. So this is the mounting piece, which is going to mount all of the clocks inside of here. So now you can see that all of the clocks are mounted onto this piece. So this piece essentially sits into here. I did trim out a load of sections. The middle piece obviously has to fit the speedo, so that's cut out for that. The only thing I've got left to wire now is the rev gauge. It uses this motherboard, but let's get this piece into here. So that is the clocks wired in. I've also wired in the GPS, as we're going to run these lights for the dash so that they're constantly on, and what we have next is this piece. So obviously we can't put this on like this, as it looks very ugly, so what we have is basically a cover. I have added KM builds into this. We may end up filling it in if it doesn't look very good with the lights on, but we have added our logo there, and this simply sits over the top and covers all of the empty spaces within the clocks. And once the cover's in place, all we have to do is mount the protector on the very outside. And these are the finished clocks. We have the original Honda rev gauge, the new aftermarket GPS speedo, and the original Honda Coolant gauge. It is a little bit shiny, so we don't know whether or not we may end up taking it apart and adding a coat of matte black to the surrounding cover on the inside, but that is finished. So I'm going to mount these clocks into the dashboard now, and then we can start to look at the other pieces that are going into our dash to make it sort of a race style looking dash, as I have also 3D printed a lot of other pieces. So let's get the clocks into the dash and then show you what else we have in store. So that is the clocks fully mounted, and they are looking pretty awesome. So we have 3 other 3D printed pieces which are going into our dash. What we have created is this section here. So this is essentially a blanking plate. It is curved to match the curve of the dashboard. It's in green, it's not going to matter. This is going to be retrimmed in material or painted, but we're not sure which way to go yet. The second piece we have is this. This is just a blanking piece which is going to go in this section here. And the third and final piece is this section here. So this is going to mount our lights for the clocks or for the bike engine. We have indicators, oil pressure lights, as you would have seen earlier. This piece is also going to mount our airlift 3P controller. So all I'm going to do next is get some double-sided tape. Just going to tape them in for the time being to see how they look, make sure everything fits as we expected. And then what I might try and do is get the battery and the wiring harness for the engine and connect it into these clocks and see if I can get the lights to light up, to try and show you how that's going to look. We're not going to be wiring all the wiring yet. This is going to have to come apart eventually to wire it into all of the harness. So make sure to go and subscribe if you want to see this fully finished and all of the dash retrimmed. But all of these pieces are finished. Let's get all this into the truck and see how it looks. So I've wired everything up now. I have the battery connected to the loom. I also have the ignition connected and the connectors connecting to the lights. I'm pretty sure a couple of months ago when we had a look at this loom, I wired it so that the dash lights are always on when the ignition is on, as the clocks are on the brightest, or it's quite dark in the truck as well. So I just thought it's easier for us to constantly have the lights on so that we can see them clearly. So hopefully, fingers crossed, when I turn the ignition on, we should see some lights on the dash. The ones in the middle aren't going to work because we haven't wired them in yet. They are behind still, but I'm hoping these come on. So fingers crossed, see if it works. So as you can see, lights come on. Unfortunately, the middle one is a different color. You can, I think, change the middle. There's a button on the back of the clocks. So that's probably the closest colour we're going to get. I may revisit the lights that are inside the back of the clocks, as unfortunately you can't see the Kei logo either. Or I can maybe open it all back up, add some foil on the inside of the clocks, and then that should then reflect all of the light inside the clock, really light it up, and hopefully we may see the Kei builds in the corner. But let me show you how it looks now that it's all on and finished. So that is unfortunately about all I can do in this video. We will have to revisit this when we have the engine mounted and we come to wiring the truck. So there's not really much point in wiring it all now, as we may end up changing it all down the line. We know this wasn't really a massively in-depth video, but we just want to show you the kind of thing we can do and kind of the way we're going for this truck. It does look pretty good. Let us know in the comments what you think. If you have any ideas or if you have any improvements you think we can make, then make sure to let us know. Then we'll always take that on board, so make sure you drop a comment and let us know. But that is it for today's video. We hope you've enjoyed it. We have a lot more coming on this truck, but we will catch you in the next one.